Hey guys, how's it hanging? My name's Kiraknid. Uh, this is gonna be stuff and things and stuff. Essentially, I got absolutely shredded in a tournament I was in today for IHSEA. And this video is going to be all about going through those replays and figuring out what the heck went wrong. Um, I'll be going through all the replays except for the ones where I was playing Potemkin, because the ones where I was playing Potemkin was because me and a bud of mine decided to do a Potemkin mirror if we happened to get each other in bracket, and we got each other in bracket. So, I know that the replay system in this game isn't the greatest. Lucy's here as well. Lucy, say hi.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Apparently Lucy's not here. Anyways, here are my saved replays, and it's gonna be very simple. We're just gonna go through all the ones I lost. So I lost these three against Bob Ross Gaming. These were probably the most upsetting because he crushed me. But we're gonna start back here, I think, with my 4 Bedman games. This one, I believe, I lost. I was trying to play Bedman because I know how to counter Slayer. You just have to keep him out since he doesn't have a very good way of getting in. Yet I didn't do that. I don't know how to pause replays. Oh. Okay, I have this on Do Not Display. I'm gonna display this for a moment. Pause menu. Oh, okay, we can go frame by frame. This is great, this is great, this is great. I'm keeping that on the screen for now until I figure it out. So, as you can see, all pretty good stuff. Until I did that, I can't go backwards, actually. I can't go backwards, so there's gonna be a lot of pausing. But as you can see, I decided to try and air dash over air slash. It didn't go the greatest, so I immediately burst. Never doing that again. That was a horrible decision, and it didn't get me anywhere. Bad air slash. Didn't do anything off that 2H, which was really dangerous. I'm surprised he didn't punish it. Tried to air slash again. Failed. Tried to far slash. Failed. Went for the 2H, which gave me a counter hit, which was good. This was a consistent problem I had. I kept mistiming all of my meaties. Like all of them. And so I would keep getting grabbed, and it was getting really upsetting really quickly. So there I tried to grab him on Wake Up, and I didn't, because Command Grab takes priority. Which, by the way, the fact that you can draw blood from a bed is interesting to me, but go off, I guess. I ended up trying to jump block. The reason I got Universe hit there is because I ended up trying to jump block a lot of the time, because it's what I default to. It's something I need to stop doing. That's the only reason I got Universe hit there. And then I tried to jump block and down block at the same time. That's why I got hit by that. And then obviously Slayer damage being Slayer damage, I imploded. Now this would have been great round start if I was playing against Abba. I'm not playing against Abba. At least I blocked it. Then I finally get a good air slash off. And I don't capitalize off of it, because I autopilot into Heavy Slash instead of 2H. Why, you may be asking? Heck if I know. Bad far slash, bad air slash, good air slash. Again, I don't capitalize on it, though. I think I literally tried to just randomly special move there. It was a bad idea. Jump over that. Get a counter hit, and this time I actually capitalize on it, do the RC, and then fail to complete the combo. That's just combo dropping. That sucks, but it happens. Continue some pressure, do poorly on my pressure, try to air slash for some reason, fail the air slash and get comboed for it. hit a counter at close slash and try to go into 2S, even though that's not the optimal play, and get bursted. Me getting bursted, of course, means I now try to jump block the pile bunker, and the jumping frames, well, you see. That's why I try to jump block on Slayer, though, in case he ever pulls one of those out, which he did, and then I didn't punish it. Instead, I go on offense, thinking I successfully catch him with the overhead, even though that's really rare. Fast RC 6H works like once. And this hurts a lot and gets me almost killed, except I burst. Good far slash there, and this is one of the only rounds I ever win. That was a really good read on my end. I was really proud of that one. Went into a 2H, went into that, and then I mistimed my meaty. We're gonna have a counter for this, so this is number 2. I grab him on wake up. Backdash, that way he can't grab me on wake up, because I got sick of him. I got sick of mistiming my meaties and him grabbing me. Don't do anything off the 2H. Poor air slash, but it's fine because I followed up into this. Actually figured out how to time my meaties there. Instead of going into my explosion like I should have to keep my my pressure going, I decided to go into something that wouldn't keep my pressure going. Because I'm very smart. And this lets him backbreaker. Well, he almost backbreakers. As you could see the beginnings of an air slash there, however I was too close to the ground, so it just gets me punished. I actually remember distinctly at this point, I looked at his 2 bars of meter. I went, oh my god, he's gonna last horizon me. Panicked and tried to jump block. Trying to jump block, let that happen. And then he mixed me up, and this is the story of how Bedman explodes. So, that was the first match. As you can see, there was a lot bad going on there. I wasn't doing good on bed. So then we pull up into the second match. I think this one I win. No, I think I lose this one too. I either win this one and then lose the next 2, or lose this one, win the next one, and then lose the last one. I really don't know how I got hit by that. That was just poor reaction time on my end. It's fine. I hit a counter hit far slash and then don't capitalize of it though, so that's going to be a common theme. Counter hit that and then try to capitalize on it, but I don't wait long enough. Hit one of those. YRC so he can't mix, so he can't cross me up. Wait for him to try and hit me with this shit, and then go into this. Just not doing anything off of 2H has been working for me somewhat so far. It won't soon. I try to grab him again, he just does that. Tried to jump block. You saw how that ended. Tried to air slash, because for whatever reason I thought he was going to jump, even though he hasn't done that on a run start any time so far. Grab him on wake up, backdash so he doesn't do the same, and then fail to keep my pressure. Because I'm really bad at this. But it's fine because I grab him on wake up again, and I actually timed my meaty properly this time, which I'm proud of. I thought that by the end of that I would have enough tension to Roman cancel. This is why you never assume things. It's fine though, because I BRC it. Didn't mean to, and then I mistimed my meaty. Burst him before he can wall spot me, because I know that that's gonna fucking end my life. Successfully jump over that, leading into this. go into all this, and then don't go into anything off the 2H. It's fine though, because I grabbed the cross up. I was trying to wait for him to burst, but he wasn't bursting, and then he did burst suddenly. Misses the combo, and then I get this win off. Very narrowly, but it happens. Missed the air slash. Don't convert. Don't keep my pressure running properly. What I should be doing is mixing it between that shoot move and the explosive hands to keep them guessing on whether or not to block, but I'm not doing that. I decide not to try and projectile spam, even though I should because I'm against Slayer. And he doesn't have a way in, really. I hit those last 2 hits, which allows me to go on the offense, and I fail to convert. And I fail to convert. Also, I think we're at, what, 4 failures to mistime meaties right now? Within 2 matches? Or, failures to time meaties, my bad. Try to jump block. And he gets a backbreaker off this. For those of you unfamiliar, Slayer combos are called backshot combos, and that particular is a backbreaker where he does that multiple times. I may lose this, I think. Unless I get really lucky towards the end. I hit that. He doesn't burst at any point like I thought he would, so I get the free wall shatter. He fails that, so I BRC, and I still lose. If I had anticipated the burst, then that would have been fine, but it wasn't. I win the next one. I do not know how. I'm pretty sure this was mostly luck and a little bit of me locking in on offense, but not very much. It was mostly luck, if I remember correctly. Observe. So I tried a 2D on round start, does not work. I burst out of his pressure like an idiot, but it's fine. I dropped the combo because he wasn't high enough for that to work in the first place. I do good on my pressure, except I dropped the combo. I should have gone into explosive hand, but I didn't. He bursts to get out of corner. Counter hits me, but doesn't go into his Slayer counter hit combo. And I do this because I was feeling a little bit silly. And because of that, I get to hit this. And then I tried to grab him on Wake Up there, it didn't work. So I do it the second time because, you know, why not? That was still riddled with errors, and I shouldn't have made as many as I did, but whatever. He tries to get a combo off on me, but he drops it because those are very tricky to time on Slayer. And he mistimes his meaty. Whoa! Because of that, I get to do this, and fail to convert off it. Fail to convert off it. You may be noticing a common theme by now. It's fine though, because I get this and I do convert off it, and I have no meter, so I can't properly convert off it. And then I lose my pressure, try to grab him, and fail. So of course I burst, because why wouldn't I burst? That's a common theme. If I get counter hit once, I will burst. Why? Because I suck. I struggle to figure out which side he's going to be on, because I really suck with those. He tries to grab me, and I say nuh-uh, and then I grab him instead. I fail to convert. So I pretend that I know what I'm doing, and it works. And I get a... That is how I get my win. I use a projectile. So by now I'm like, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can pull through on the last match. Nope, not at all. No, I really couldn't. I just got my shins kicked in. He realized that I was failing to convert, he realized that I was failing to keep a lot of my pressure, and he capitalized on that this match, I believe. Although the first thing I did do was that, which I was really proud of. Hard read what he was going to do. Get off some good pressure for once, except I failed to end the pressure correctly. He burst baits and then doesn't he doesn't punish it properly. I get a good counter hit there, but I don't do what I should be doing on a counter hit close slash. Jump block. I get a good hit here, and this is where I'm thinking, oh yeah, I can maybe do this, right? I've got some good pressure going. Little did I know. Little did I know. This is the last win I ever get. From here on out, I get crushed. I get a little bit in. And now, mistime my meaty. Here comes death. There's no other way to explain it. There's no other way to describe it. I don't think I successfully get off another combo for the rest of the match. I'm not even sure if I get off another hit. Doing some pretty okay pressure, decide to try and start projectile spamming, and fail. And I get killed to the left-right. I'm gonna try and bring it back. Instead, I just get slammed. I keep ending my pressure like that, which is horrible. I get one counter hit 2D, and I fail to convert. I mistimed my meaty. I think that's 6 by now. Don't know which side to block on. Burst on wake up instead of actually properly bursting. I get one little combo here. And I fail to convert, or I fail to end it properly. That's right. If I'm not failing to convert, I'm dropping the combo. And this is a loss. So this marked the beginning of the tilt that I was accumulating. I did my last replacement match on Bedman and got him into Gold 3, which was pretty good because I was doing horribly on Bedman because I was having a very off day when I began ranking him. And then I got put against this Asuka with 7 rollback frames, 2 games in a row after I denied him after the first game. It was like playing on a PowerPoint presentation. These matches here, including the ones with Milia, heavily contributed to my tilt going into the next game. They were supposed to be good warm-up matches, and instead they just made me angrier and angrier. I've never liked Milia, I've never been good against Milia. Abba was a bit of a closer game, and it was really frustrating me that I wasn't beating this Abba, and this Asuka was frustrating in his own right for his own reason. I beat this Baiken both times, I believe. And I beat this Dizzy twice, and she beat me once. And here we get to the part that hurt so bad, it made me cry afterwards. This is a Sin. This Sin was level 16. I was like, okay, he's floor 8 though, so maybe I should be a little bit careful. But I'm also playing my gorilla character, so let's just run it. And I start trying to run it. He likes to use 6P a lot. It's okay though, because I'm like, okay, I'm doing really good on Leo right now. I'm so happy with how I'm doing, and then... This has to be the most embarrassing match I've ever been in, because of how genuinely upsetting this Sin's gameplay is. He gets good combos off, and his pressure is mediocre. Like, not mediocre, his pressure is decent, I won't lie. But I was so tilted, and I was already so upset, and now I was getting my shit rocked by this Sin that didn't seem to know what he was doing half the time. Which I, of course, regret saying now that I know that he knew what he was doing. But then I get a lot of this stuff off, and I'm really happy about it. And then it's like Sin is just the bringer of pain. Anytime I'm happy about something I'm doing, he just says, no, screw you, you don't get to be happy. This is the only round win I get on this Sin. The only one. And I was so proud of this because I thought, oh, I'm gonna be good. That was me trying to attempt a 2D, but of course Leo's 2D gets hit by all 6 Ps. Enter the beginning of me getting near perfected every single round. That was really upsetting. And the issue was that I kept trying to hit him, and he kept hitting meaties. So then, I go back to Leo, I'm like, alright, I can do this match. I got a win last time, and I can do decently against this Sin. But I was already really tilted, and I was already really upset. And it just gets worse. My gameplay just gets so much worse. I hit one counter hit, don't even convert off it properly. Get counter hit by his 6P. Get counter hit by his air heavy. Get pissed off and burst for no reason. Get counter hit by his low. Don't block his low. Get full comboed. That food eat right there really upset me. There's the second near perfect. Tried to air dust for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking there. Get comboed. I actually thought I was gonna get perfected this match. I got that single slash right there is, I believe, the only hit I got the whole game. Unless I get a grab here. Yeah, I get one combo in here, and then die. I get nothing for the rest of the match. I just died to chip. And you can tell that the reason I'm losing here is partially because the Sin's pretty decent, but mostly because I'm just that tilted, and I'm not thinking, I'm just trying to hit. I'm trying to attack, and I'm thinking of nothing else. And then we come to this one, and this is the one that upset me the most. Slayer is the character I am best on. Slayer is the character I have the most time on. Slayer's not my main, I don't have a main. I get steamrolled, and it really upset me. I get a few hits. I don't know why I tried to heavy slash, and then he accidentally blocks my burst. He correctly reads what I'm gonna do. I YRC him, and it just doesn't matter. That marks the third near perfect. Or the fourth. I don't even know anymore. I think that's the fourth. As you can see, I'm just not blocking, right? I actually think I can attribute almost all of this to tilt. I got absolutely steamrolled, and I think I can attribute almost all of it to straight up tilt. I was so mad. I got shoved down a rank by this Milia, and I was getting absolutely rolled over by a Sin that, frankly, no offense to the Sin, isn't even doing the best Sin stuff. He's got good combos, don't get me wrong. But his pressure wasn't very good. And so now it's left me in the point where I'm at now, where I need a main. but I no longer know what to go off of. Should I go off of who I'm good with? Because if that's the case, I can play Potemkin, Slayer, or Elfelt. Should I go off of who I find fun? Because then I can play Asuka, because Asuka's refreshing. I can play Happy Chaos. Or I can play, Jacko. But the likelihood is I'm not going to get any of those. Should I go back to the roots that you're supposed to pick, and should I pick who I think looks cool? Because then we have Potemkin, Happy Chaos, or Zato. Or Slayer. But mostly these three. I have been suggested Potemkin, and I'm probably going to play a little bit of Pot, even though he's busted, I know. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave a poll up on this video, I think, and you should vote in it. Tell me what I should go based off of. If you want a little bit of insight into the way that I like to play, the only time I've ever had a main in a Guilty Gear game is in Exerd. I really, really, really like Raven. There's going to be a whole video on that in the future. I'm going to say why I want him to come to Strive and give all the reasons that I think he would fit in perfectly. So if you can find me a character that you think plays really similarly to Raven, which I challenge you to do, go right ahead. If you think you can find a character that plays similarly to Susanoo from BlazBlue Central Fiction, I challenge you to do that too. I will be listening to most recommendations in an attempt to find a single character that I can hone in on and be satisfied with. Until that, hang in there, and have a good one. Also, I know Lucy didn't speak much, but that's because I was yapping the whole time, and I don't think Lucy had much to add, because, frankly, I was sucking in such obvious ways. Hang in there, guys. Please vote on that poll, and I'll see you all next time.